Thank you. Good morning. I am pleased to be here this morning with all of you, or this afternoon. It is the beginning of our 2026-2027 school year. Everything's gone smoothly. Excited to report since Friday and early last week, we have 99% staffing within the Clark County School District. And when you think about that, to retain staff, have someone consistently with our children, they know their families, they get to do all of those wonderful things. I'm also pleased not only with our staffing, but with our facilities. I'll go into depth that a little bit more in just a moment. Our buses, thank you for joining us this morning, 6 a.m. Actually, they started at 5 a.m., getting rolling for over 120,000 students. It is going to be an amazing academic and joyous school year. So back to the staffing. We have 167 vacancies. So it's a 99% fill rate. The majority of those, 91 of them, are special education. So if you know someone that wants to come to the Clark County School District, or is it an educator, wants to be with our special education students, please help us there. Also, too, we started this morning at J.D. Smith, was one of our schools that we visited. Last year when they opened, they had 8 vacancies. This year, 1, and that 1 will be filled shortly. She has 18 qualified candidates there that she needs to interview and make it down to 1 teacher. Our nurse vacancies, we have 8 there. Police vacancies, we have 0. We're fully staffed with school police. We also have 454 vacancies with our support staff, really looking for literacy and language intervention specialist. So with our routes this morning, again, buses all running, amazing facilities. I'm going to get into details with facilities. HVAC systems at 14 schools were affected before the start of school. Today, as you note, outside, we started at 8:45 a.m. at 95 degrees with 20% humidity. And so dealing with that, the team has been on it. Of the 14 schools, 8 were fully restored before classes even started. 4 have since been addressed, and 2 remain outstanding with technicians on site at those schools. Of the 12 that were addressed, response times were as good as 25 minutes, including one of our rural schools. Since the start of classes, we've had 7 HVAC systems affected, which is, as I noted, to our rural schools. Additionally, something that the team pivoted with yesterday, everybody's been working 24/7, knowing today, August 10th, 280,000 children are going to show up to school. So pivoted with the wind and rain. On the east side, our grounds team were able to address downed trees before school started. There were debris at 5 of our schools, and all of that families did not notice because our team took care of it before students arrived. Also, too, earlier today, as you know, if you look outside, you can't see very far. So air quality, I put out the impact of weather conditions, and our administrators are working to make sure our students are safe and indoors. Overall, I'm really excited. We had a visit at the Wallace Yard, Cashman Middle School, looked at mathematics there to support. Kelly Elementary School, we have a new building, that's priority 3, safe and supportive schools in Destination District. J.D. Smith, we talked about staffing. Tartan, also safe and supportive schools. And I'm going to have Dr. Welsh dive into Brindley here in a moment. Destination District, we have our strategic plan, we did our efficiency study, improving the quality of education, providing students with more experiences directly so they can see themselves going into the future, ensuring every student is safe. We're celebrating so many parts of a great beginning to a school year. I'm so pleased that we have at this event this afternoon, Trustee Henry, who is an amazing trustee, goes out into the community. She is accessible at all times and gets a lot done. We also have added 1,700 new pre-K seats. We'll be at Bonanza this afternoon. I know that's not what we're covering, but excited that Bonanza High School has a full pre-K now, and really excited about launching the new start time. So with that, I'm going to have Dr. Welsh go a little bit deeper on why we're here at Brindley this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you, Superintendent Ebert. So a little bit of a context on why specifically we're here at Brindley. So Brindley is one of our schools that is part of the feeder pilot project that we are implementing in alignment with CCEA, really focusing on 2 feeder alignments. So our Western High School feeder alignment, so all of the elementary, middle, and high schools that feed into Western, and then that would of course be here, and then we also have that going on within the Desert Pines feeder alignment. So again, elementary, middle, high school. What's really exciting is all of the educators in both of those feeder alignments were able to come back early. They engaged in some additional planning and professional development to really be ready for the school year, and they actually did that collaboratively as a team. It was really exciting to see some of the work that was going on. I know with Western, all of the schools, Brindley included, actually were over at Western here just a couple of days ago, and really diving into that work together and building cohesive expectations across that K-12 feeder, and then really in alignment with our core 4, so focusing on early literacy at our elementary schools where we have additional time built into the school day to help accelerate that learning. At our middle schools, you know, we're focusing on middle school math, so really focusing on math at the middle school, having additional opportunities for tutoring. We also have math strategists in place at the schools that are participating, including here at Brindley, to help accelerate that math growth. And at the high school level, really focusing on college and career readiness, making sure that those students are ready for the next step beyond high school, whatever that may be for them. So we're excited to be here at Brindley as part of that work, and excited for what that will mean to accelerate outcomes for our students this coming year.
So we will take any questions you have.
Superintendent, speaking on the buses, there are actually some parent groups talking about buses being 30 minutes late, some not showing up. Do you have numbers? Because it seems like there were a lot of schools posted in some of these threads. What are you hearing, and what is being done to make sure that it doesn't happen, hopefully again tomorrow?
Yeah, this is the first day of school with the new start times, new bus routes, and so, you know, please give grace. We were in classrooms earlier today, and we had students saying the exact opposite. Buses running on time. So the majority of our buses are running on time. I apologize, you know, for those that are getting used to those routes. And yes, we track all of our buses, making sure that they get there on time, but just leading with grace as our bus drivers work on the first day of school. Yes?
This is, I think, your second first day of school as superintendent at CCSD. What do you notice? What do you see different in the district as you're walking around these classrooms, and what are your goals for this upcoming school year?
It's really exciting to have our staff, right? Retaining staff is really important, and then making sure that they're not only licensed, but they're highly effective teachers. And so as Dr. Welsh was sharing, making sure that teachers have what they need, and also too, in the research through the efficiency study, that our students, giving them the opportunity to make sure that they have a little bit of struggle with their learning, right? We don't just want the teachers to provide the information that can happen via any resource that is out there, but that there is some cognitive struggle with the child, and so that they're building that capacity to learn. We're really excited, and that sounds, you know, different. We want our children to struggle. Yes, we do want our children to struggle with learning, because that's how you grow. At the same time, making sure that it is a joyous learning environment. Yes, you can struggle, but you can absolutely have fun as well. And at the end of the day, that you can be successful. We have 44,000 employees that come. Their why they come to work every day, from the bus drivers this morning, is because they want to support children. They want them to grow. They want them to thrive. Our principals here provide, you know, they've been in all weekend. I'm overjoyed on how this school year has started. We've learned a lot through the school year. I would say my biggest celebration is the partnerships with the county and our safe routes to school team, the report that came out. We have the Raiders, the A's, F1, just everyone stepping up, and individuals. On Saturday, we were at an event where teachers were being provided everything from pencils to glue, and that was community that stepped up and said, I want to help. I want to make sure teachers have what they need, students have what they need. So I'm really excited about how our community is coming together. We did have the lacrosse. We were not prepared to have lacrosse start this year for the 26-27 school year. We were ready for 27-28, but the Desert Dogs came to the table and said, how can we help? And so we brought all of our information. They brought all of their information. We were able to get lacrosse going for this year. So I often say communities solve community problems, and so everyone working together. When the Clark County School District succeeds, Southern Nevada succeeds. We have a great economy, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Another thing we heard from parents today was that, specifically at Durango High School, hundreds of students were deleted from the school's records. Is that something that you're aware of or can confirm, or do you know if that's something that has occurred across other schools as well?
Durango High School Infinite Campus records?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that, but I'm happy to check into it and get back.
Yeah, we'll check into it for you and get back. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. We're on to the next one.
Here, we two more questions. We've got hands up. Yeah, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're done.
What would you say going into this year is the biggest challenge, and how would you want to tackle it?
Our biggest challenge this year is making sure that our children get to school every single day. I think we still have folks that out of the pandemic don't feel like, being in the school building is important, but it is. We have amazing educators. We have all the supports, whether it is social and emotional supports, or it's athletics, or it's lacrosse, whatever community involvement, having our kids on campus is really important. We'll have our Bright Futures Walk again, August 22nd, I believe, but we have a couple days we'll get them to you. So I think that's the biggest challenge, is getting the children to school, because our teachers are ready. Our community, our principals, schools, everyone's ready for 280,000 children to come to the Clark County School District to learn, to have fun, and grow.
Bright Futures Walk is the 25th and 26th.
25th and 26th, Bright Futures.
On the topic of school zone safety, is CCSD aware of any student pedestrians who have been hit by vehicles today, or do you have any numbers on traffic citations as well issued this morning?
We can get you the traffic citations. No instances of students at this moment in time.
And
Yeah.
just my last question,
Yeah.
Superintendent. So today was, the first day that we were implementing all the new start times. How has the feedback been that you've been getting from students or maybe parents that kind of are still getting used to the change?
Yeah, I got several high fives when we were at Matt Kelly this morning. Thank you so much. They were thanking us, the entire team, for changing the start times. And I am well aware it is not everyone that wants to thank me. It is a change. But having high school students start at 7 a.m. was crazy. And so we needed to make that change, and we're excited to see how it improves student outcomes. That's what we're after every single day, is to make sure that our students are successful. And by changing the start times, we know that that will help. Thank you all for being